Hi, I'm Crystal Zinn, and I'm a Ashtanga Vinyasa teacher. So today we're going to do a flow for your hips and low back to increase flexibility and reduce pain and inflammation. So go ahead and get started on all fours. You're going to press your hands down into the mat, press your knees down about hip distance, and begin a few cat-cows. Notice your breath and drop your belly as you inhale and look up. And then curl through your spine as you tuck your chin and exhale. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, curl. Taking two more. Following your breath. And then tuck your toes, move to down dog. So keep your knees generously bent here. We want to lengthen the spine more than straightening the legs at first, allowing your low back and spine to open. Breathe steady here, lift your belly, and if it feels okay, begin to press your heels down towards the mat. If that causes you to round through your spine, just simply bend your knees again, pressing evenly through your hands and feet. Take 3 breaths here. Good, and then on your next breath, inhale, gaze forward, drop back to all fours, step your right foot up. So we're gonna come into a modified warrior one, both hips forward, roll your shoulders back and down. You can keep your hands on your thigh at heart center or reach overhead. Good, try to use a lot of strength through your legs. Taking 3 more breaths. Option here to tuck your back toes, lift your knee all the way off and stay in crescent lunge. Good, then on 3, gently return. We're gonna plant both hands down and straighten your front leg, flexing your toes up towards your face, chest towards your toes, lifted chin. Once again, lifting your belly, walk your hands forward, come back to that original position, and then gently walk your hands inside your leg. We're gonna lift your back knee off, pivot to your heel, and just sit down into your hip. So here you can stay up here, paying attention to your knee and your ankle. You can keep your heel down, or you can lift your heel off and sit all the way down. Hands at heart center. Your extended leg, point your toes up towards the sky and breathe. One more breath. Nice inhale. Gentle exhale, and then break the pose. Whatever shape you were in, you're just gonna come to the center, parallel your feet, hands to your hips, rise up halfway, and forward fold. Good, in this pose, Prasarita Padottanasana A, you wanna walk your hands back in alignment with your feet, slight bend in your knees if you need, tip your hip bones up, and draw the crown of your head down towards the mat. Working into our first twist, walk your hands out. Leave your right hand planted, lift your left arm up, deep breath, reach, stretch, look. And then replace that hand, other side. Good, and release, simply turning to the other side of your mat. We'll take that modified warrior one, drop to your back knee, hands to your thigh, your chest or overhead. Pressing both hips forward, begin to engage your inner thighs, and press your left foot down into the mat. 3 more breaths. Option to lift your back knee off, reach straight up, crescent lunge. Keep breathing freely and then gently return, dropping your hands to either side of your foot and moving that front leg towards straight. So it may stay bent. It's just really important you have an extended spine. Heart towards your toes. Keep pulling that hip back. And release, walking your hands inside your leg. Go ahead and flip back up to crescent lunge. Turn your extended leg, your toes towards the sky, and sit down. So remembering, maybe doing what you did on the other side. Skandasana. Gaze over your shoulder and breathe. And then from whatever shape you were making, maybe you were here, gently rise back up. This time turn your toes out, bend your knees, bring yourself down to a nice challenge, and then reach your arms up, bending your elbows to 90 degrees. Hold steady. Good work. Tuck your tailbone under, lift your chin. Maybe set a little deeper. And then one more challenge. Lift up one heel, sit down. Drop it down, lift the other heel. Sit down, hands to heart center. Maybe bring your feet a little closer. Lift both heels. Count 3, 2, a little lower, 1, and release. Back into your forward fold. Turn your toes in, interlace your fingers behind your back, and go down. With every exhale, you can gently let your hands fall over your head. And if this is tight on your shoulders, simply turn your knuckles to your low back and let your elbows relax. Go ahead and release, hands down to the mat. We're gonna come up halfway, heel toe our feet a little bit closer just underneath our hips, and sit down for Malasana. So you can come once again part way, elbows inside, a little bit lower, your heels could be off or on the mat, and you're gonna extend your spine. Grow taller, lift the crown of your head to the ceiling and hold. Belly in, breathing normal. Shoulders away from your ears. And then one more like this for our inner thighs. Plant your hands and simply drop your knees down one at a time for frog pose. Make sure your knees are on something soft, and then walk them as far apart as you can handle. Put your ankles directly behind your knees for frog pose. Drop onto your elbows. And begin your gentle inhale and exhale. Maybe pressing your hips forward a little, maybe pressing them back. Find a place of sensation, rest your forehead on your hands and breathe 5 times. Last breath, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Walking your hands back up, bring your big toes together. Maybe your knees a little closer as you walk your hands behind you, staying on your fingertips. Lift your hips up, and if your neck feels okay, drop your head back. Good, and release. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position in the middle of your mat. Planting your feet, hands out in front of you, roll down slowly. Good, and then when you reach your back, we're gonna work the front of your body, opening your quadriceps and psoas. Bring your feet a little closer. Press your palms down, and on your inhale, lift your hips. Find an even breath and hold for 3. As you hold here, option to lift your hips a little higher, rolling to the top of your shoulders, gaze straight forward, and opening your chest towards your chin. Exhale, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Hug your knees in for a quick break. Second time, plant your feet, plant your hands. We're gonna do the same thing again, lifting through your hips. If you wanna move on, 1 more step, interlace your fingers behind your back and press your pinkies into the mat. Hold calmly, breathing. Pressing down through your big toe, drawing your knees towards each other. And after 3 or 4 breaths, release your hands, roll back down, hug your knees in. And then our third and final time. So option to do the first shape, the second shape, or just lift up into full bridge. Go ahead and inhale, lift your hips. If you're moving towards full bridge, you can take your hands by your ears, elbows in, knees in, hug the midline, and the next place would be to gently place the crown of your head on the mat. If you want to try pressing up, press down in your feet and hands, inhale, lift, gentle breathing. And then gaze towards the ceiling, lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Once again, hugging your knees in, rocking left and right or up and down on your spine. And then reaching up, grabbing the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Pull your knees towards your armpits, and your full spine just rests on the mat. Go ahead and release. And our final 2 poses will be to open once again our hips and low back. So gently pick up your left foot, take it across your right knee, flex both feet, and you might just be staying here, firming both hips straight down into the mat. Deep breath. If you need more sensation, reach around through your hamstring or for your shin. And then hug that leg towards your chest. Keep your hips moving evenly down towards the mat, your shoulders relaxing back. After 1 more gentle breath, go ahead and release. Cross your legs all the way over each other like you're sitting in a chair. And if your left knee's on top, gently drop your knees to the right and open your arms to your T. Maybe gazing to the left. Through your nose, and Use your core, come back to center, unwind your legs, and then right ankle over your left thigh. Firming your knee open, pressing both hips down into the mat and hold. And breathe. Option to do the same shape you did on the other side. Remembering to keep your pinky toes flexed. Release. Cross your right knee fully over your left, dropping your knees to the left, opening your arms and gazing to the right. Noticing where you can soften on your exhale. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Release, come back to center, hug your knees in. One final time, lift your head up, squeeze everything together. And exhale, lying flat on your back or placing a bolster under your knees if that's more comfortable.
My brother lives in the jungle, concrete, like a belly gonna rumbling.
Take a few relaxing breaths here until your body feels fully rested.
In the seeds for the son of the sun, come with him one day to come. My sister, her hands are raised.
And then when you feel ready, come back to seated and end together. If you'd like a longer rest period, just pause this video and rest as long as you need. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Namaste.